So we're going to talk about the basic HTML to review for your final exam. So you should go to w3school.com to study that and do the quiz. Now this is the W3 school. Like the study, you should go like to HTML introduction and just tell you HTML, right? Surrounding it. Like I was trying to show you the simple page. When you're surrounding with HTML, you just create a page, right? And closing. Now the basic HTML is you open the tag, we call tag, and closing the tag. Same as the body, open it and close it. The body is pretty much your main contents. Like for example, we go to look at my real quick, right? On a desktop. Let's look at the code. And we want to show, I just have very simple, right? If I put a body, I need to end the body, correct? Alright, so that should do. But it's when you open the page, because it's just another tag to tell you that's the body and the contents inside. But when you do, let me show you from here. Try it yourself, it's faster. This one is slow, this machine. So this one is pretty much the result when you open your web page. Let's say for example I delete this. Alright, so it's blank page, right? So if I say welcome, that's the website. You just write this code and I just show you that, right? If you want to do H1, it's like heading, make it bold.
Is that for just the first heading?
Like that.
Does H1 just mean first heading?
Yes, first heading. Like we have H2, H3, H up to H6, small heading. See that? That's the size. 25. I just say up to H6.
Make it bigger than H1.
H1 is the largest. This is just heading. It's not the size. When you try to do H7, there's no H7, so come to default. You see that? That's not heading. So it's heading. It's not the way you increase the size.
Oh, it's the size.
It's just the heading, not the size,
Yeah.
right? If you want to do the size, you need to do font, right?
Like for the largest heading, you use H1.
Yeah, and then closing the tag. So now, then you can start to talk about, you can change the family, size, font family, right? Times New Romans or things like that. I'm not sure how big it can go, right? So that's the size. See that? See? All right. But the whole concept is just using the tag. That's HTML. Now, you can change the background color. So this is called the tag has the properties like BG color equals to yellow. Right, so let's see if it's going to change. Right, so we have the properties here. Like the font should have the color too if you want to change, right? See, that's the properties. Like the property is size, color, right? And it's controlled. HTML just control the look of your web page. That's pretty much. Like if I want to center everything, I just use center surrounding the everything here, all the contents, right? See that? So that's basic HTML. Now let's come back to what you need to study, right? You should know what's HTML, review the quiz, we talked about that, right? how to create table and use the table elements, how to add an image, right? So let's talk about those two. So you can see like your web page, right, on WordPress. Let me see one of your web page. You have project one, right, Sean? If I go to Sean, and this is WordPress, you don't really know what happens, but if you right click and do view source, you get an HTML view page source. See that? You need to understand the basic, like I tell you, HTML first, they have the property. This is only for English language. You see that? US, right? If you go down, it's in HTML right there. Body, right? In body, like I tell you. There's so many, like this is the heading section, the head, open, and in the head. The head is not going to show. You see that? It's not going to show. It's like for the title. Like the title that we talk about is like this title, right? And the image, right? So if you look at this part, is not going to show on the page. Only the body is going to show on the page. Okay? Like this is an image, img. You link to that image. Let me see. I'm going to just copy that live code, right? And show you back on our W3 school. If I want to add image to my page, the same image.
That's copyright right there. That's my personal one. $1,200, please.
All right. Do you see that? That's how you read the code. If you understand HTML, it's kind of more advantage. So you have over control the page. But if you restrict with the WordPress, then you just use the template. You cannot change much. You may know that already. But it make it fast and make it like professional look very
So
easy.
WordPress doesn't allow you to go to like an HTML version.
I think they do.
I would think
They
would.
do.
They let you. There's an option.
Like let me try. Let me show you now. Can I log into one of the account? Okay, so I'm going to do /wp, right? WordPress admin. And then alright, so let's say for example, this is WordPress like control panel or dashboard here. If I want to go to edit or create a page, right? Add new, right? I'm going to add new page. I'm going to say HTML, maybe learn HTML. Okay. Now this is where you can write a whole code, right? Like let's say I'm going to copy the one that I don't have to do from scratch. You can write a code for your page too, right? And publish that. Okay. Now we go back to your view, right? There you go. I just embed that section, right? And we have home. We go back to home. We have the link to learn HTML. The one that we just did. Let's go here too. So you have ability to write a code, right? So it's good to know both and use both. It's just going to, because HTML itself cannot save you. So we just named table. And of course we have to close the table, correct? Now, how we going to do the rows? We need a tag name table rows, right? Which is TR, stand for table rows, right? And then the contents like row 1. And then you just close tr. And let's see what we get. Row 1. We don't see the border. If I say, let's say if I want to create another row, row 2, it's tr again, correct? And let's see what we get. We're making it seem like 2 columns, right?
Yeah.
We need to make it column 2. We have to identify. Can you guess what's column? It's actually interesting here. We do TD. We have rows, right? And then we have to do TD. Stand for table data, like a cells in a row, right? Like, and then I close that. This is my first row, which has the first data right there, right? You see that? Open and close, right? Open and close first row. Now second row, same, I need to do TD, otherwise it's not going to be what I want, right? And then I need to close my /TD, right? So the point of HTML is just remember all the tag, right? There you go. Let me make the size of the image smaller. You can set the width, right? The width and height, right? Width equals to 50, height. These are the property of the image. Okay. Now, if I want to show the grids, I can just say border. That's a property of the table equals to 1. That's the table, right? So if you want more data on the first row, you can just add more data into the tr itself. Right? 2 columns just like that, right? In the first row, right? So that's what you need to know. So I'm going to copy this code for you for your study guide here, right? And this is how to add image on the web page, right? So this is the tag that you can use. And set the image sizes, right? Image size with a width and height. All right, any questions? Don't forget to do the quiz here, okay? I already show you how to do that. Walk through that. You can study and walk through that real quick. Let's see. Okay. We just talked about that, right? So what's the answer for this? Yes. Line break, right? Line break, BR, right? We talk about tag. What's the answer for this? We just talk about that, background. We just look at that. But I use BG color, right? This one doesn't have BG color. There's another way to do this, which is this. Which is the next section here. What is CSS syntax, right? CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Okay. So what is CSS? And what is it for? Go back to W3 School again. We cascading style sheet. We have a section for you to learn cascading style sheets too.